Eddie George, former NFL star running back, Ohio State alum, joins us now. Eddie, so much to talk about, including college football. You're head coaching Tennessee State right now. I wonder what you think of the state of college athletics and the pressures that coaches like you are under. I think of three great coaches who have stepped away: Jay Wright, Tony Bennett at Virginia, and Nick Saban at Alabama. In part, at least, because they just couldn't deal with the way college athletics are going.
Yeah, the landscape is definitely changing. It seems like it's changing every hour. You introduce the NIL, you introduce schools being able to pay players directly, you introduce, even the portal. When I first got into this business 4 years ago, was definitely the portal is the hot topic, and now the landscape has changed because of name, image, and likeness. And you have to embrace it. I think there's opportunity there for our kids to make money, but there has to be guardrails around it. There needs to be more parameters and restrictions in terms of when the portal is. I think there should be one portal window. There's a couple of portal windows, and there needs to be more accountability on the student athlete when they enter the portal. So I think there's still a lot of work to be done. But
why aren't those student athletes signed to contracts so that you have to stay, for 3 years if you're going to collect your NIL money? I don't get it.
Well, I agree. I definitely agree. There are some things that need to be in place, and I'm not sure exactly why. I think we're heading toward that direction. There should be some accountability if they jump in at a certain period of time. Some of that money should be given back. It should be also tied to their academics, because academics still matters when you go to college. So if you fall below a 2-point GPA, 2.0 GPA, or 2.5, or whatever that is, that money should come back to the university. And there should be some stipulations around that, because we're just seeing the wild west when it comes to transfer portals.
We can look at a market value of big athletic programs. We've got them up here. But to fund the NIL deals and the recruitment of these athletes, where does that money come from? I assume much of it comes from wealthy donors who are going to give money. I mean, some until they don't have any more,
right,
or until they say, well, I'm giving money, but I'm not getting any return on my investment. The program isn't going anywhere, and so I'm going to stop giving. Which leads me to the question of, how does a school like Tennessee State compete against a Tennessee or an Alabama in your backyard?
Well, we don't.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. We're in a completely different stratosphere when it comes to, they're in a completely different stratosphere when it comes to that. Tennessee State, we're in FCS football. We try to mimic and structure some things around that. We try to give some NIL opportunities to our student athletes that filter to us. The coaching, in my opinion, is the same, but the infrastructure is quite different. We have our different set of challenges. I mean, we're talking about an Ohio State, Gene Smith, who was the architect for so many years as the AD at Ohio State, has really done a masterful job of making them, the most valued program in all of college sports. And you have to be in direct alignment with your president, cabinet, your board of trustees. All have to be committed towards stretching the envelope when it comes to building revenue streams. Two major factors why Ohio State is in that position. One, a couple years back, they sold alcohol in stadiums. That generates more revenue. Changing from grass to turf over those years. Now you can not just have college football games, but you can also have other events that you can get revenue on. So it's just a couple of those examples while they're able to leverage all their assets so they can then give more money to college athletes and then be able to have the flexibility to do a lot of the power moves that they're generating right now.
That is fascinating. Eddie, NVIDIA and Apple were your two picks back in the stock draft. If the transfer window or portal were open, would you be making any transfers? At this point, you're sitting pretty.
Oh, yes, Carvana. I think Carvana's who saw that one coming other than, of course, the guy that's leading it right now. I mean, he should be outlawed from that. Really, honestly, he shouldn't even be in this thing. But anyway, I still stick behind my picks.
All
I'm
right.
a steady Eddie. I still believe in NVIDIA. They have a new chip that just came out, I believe. It's on the market for $235. Apple's still going strong. They made some bounce back. But I think, right now, I think he's up, 200% or something like that. I don't know. I think, it could be over for me at this point. So I'm stuck with second
Yeah,
place.
I think Oz is taking a
Yeah.
knee. I think he's taking a knee, brother. All
Right.
right,
This is ridiculous.
Eddie George, thank you so much, and good luck to Ohio State this weekend.